Champek bandana. Yabo sagena umuntu atabe mndonto uzidi. Ukugada la nalo.
Wozo.
Bamfaka umuntu engayena ngaso sikhathi. Wena wethu umlilo.
Yilo we6.
Yabo. Ubani uShampek? Yeah.
Alright, ngizanga lapho mina manje.
Yenza njani phone?
That's Shafiq Arif Deen, number 3 now.
Ngizanga lapho.
You got it?
Yes. Extension utho yasho uzozamela but if there's going to be commentary that side, ngizanga lapho namanje.
Hoy over la ukugesi.
Over ukhona ugesi. Khona ucishi.
Oh.
Ay, manje you don't want to go into politics. Ngona ukukhuluma umuntu wakhona wangaphakathi.
So idot in there.
Ayihlangene lapho.
Kodwa ayibone.
Commentary can start this side. It's grand manje.
Le inzinyana yona.
Ngitla ngaphi?
Kumele ngihlale eduze.
Aphuma uJosh. Yaphuma uJosh.
Khona idot.
uJosh akisho lokhungane la nazo. Then wasezongena bani? Usha Khife. Ozake uzongisiza le ho. Hawu usufumile kuyona.
La ngiyakhona.
Bethu.
Yeah.
Wozongibhedelisa o. Shoke amabhola u3 after wicket. Usho kwenzekile.
Kube u1 no2
Siba.
So number 10 is babuluzana kwabo2 kwaba idoti kwazoba
manje ngetepe north
okay number 10 unge ofoda manje oyibi bowling list
chill crazy over kama lakhe ngetepe north manje ubona
bamaqaba
Alright, ngibheke la mhlawumbe ukhona uNetbank la. Weke kuyafana ufuna uyirecover wena ngesilapha noma uba how many days? Alright. So right.
Cela ukushutha ama list. Ngiyabonga. Western Province. Ngiyabonga. Hey, lo muntu adebhala la. Ngiyabonga. Darren Ellers, Johannes Haynes, Dragan Wilson, Wilson, Israel Hatting, Shafiq Arif. Ubani Arifa? Oh, yeah, Shafiq Bani? Arifan. Arifan, okay. Oh, Ariften. Marco van der Lende. Oh, bana ba win ithose. Base ba bowl.
bayayishintsha i-betting order.
Kipi what it's all.
Always change.
Almost on now 100 rand up.
Kodwa inazi now.
Number 4, Israel. Israel. Number 4, eh? Israel, hang on.
I was opening up the open, I guess.
Them new till up.
Testing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pitch Vision Television. Man, is it a hot day right here in Durban. It's the 3rd of October 2022, the Monday, famously known for being blue. Today is absolutely bright, and the only thing blue about today are the skies that are gracing us. This is the Blind Cricket South Africa T20 National Tournament for 2022-23. And you join us at Tills Crescent Sports Grounds. That's where we are hosting the second day, or one of the venues where we are hosting the second day, where we have Western Province in blue taking on BOLAND in yellow and black. I guess there are two things in blue. It's Bradley Hendricks who has the ball. He is currently bowling to Israel Hatting and Regan Wilson. Those are the two players that we have currently batting. The man on strike is currently Hatting. He's 3 balls into the crease, quite new. And he's met with a ball that drifts down to the leg side. And it's a quick and easy single that has been taken, moving the score to 93 for 3. 3 wickets gone. BOLAND winning the toss and electing to bowl. I believe they'll be happy with that little result. They'll want to decrease that run rate though. Ball is slow as it comes from Hendricks. Hendricks is a B1 category player, meaning that his sight is completely impaired. So he cannot see, really relies on the feel and the hearing and all the other senses that he has to play the game. Quite extraordinary. Here he comes though, bowling to Hatting. The line is pure from Hendricks as he bowls it outside that off stump, but it's crossed away to the mid-on area by Hatting. He earns 2 runs, moving the score to 97 for 3, nearing that 100-mark zone now for Western Province. A Western Cape derby that we have here. BOLAND, Western Province, blue versus yellow. The one will make a yellow Monday. The other one has the Monday on its side by being blue already. Hendricks drifts down to the leg side, trying to go for that hoik shot going behind the wicket keeper, but it's well covered there by Beer. The ball on that 5th stump line again hoiks away to that mid-on area. Now they've planted a man there to stop that single or that double, which was the couple of shots before. That's how they end the over. 98 runs for 3 are Western Province. They've taken out the key wicket. Now they have 2 fresh players who are on the crease, having faced 17 balls in combination. And the game, though designed for blind people, or rather modified for blind people, it's still very much the very same game that we enjoy. We have Manekaba, who's coming with the ball wearing that number 10. He's a B3 category player, meaning that his visual impairment is not as bad as everyone else's, but still not good enough in order for them to pick out the red or white ball that is played by the visually abled players. But Shepard Manekaba now bowls to Israel Hatting, who is a B2 category batsman. He's currently on 7 for 7. The direction is good from Manekaba, going for that in between middle and leg stump, but it's well played by Hacting. Keeps the score ticking along. He has help in the form of a runner who doesn't need a runner though is Whitson, who advances down the track, running even before the shot is played and sends it to that mid-on area. Just another single added. Oh, they call for a stumping here as the ball was bowled wide outside that off stump. Very wide, so much so that the umpire signals the wide. And the stumping appeal, it lacks any bite. Umpire is unmoved. We have the captain, Darren Ewers, who is the runner for Israel Hatting, wearing that number 9. B2 and B1 runners or batters, they are eligible for runners, as he is utilized now with the bat of Reagan Whitson, smashing that to the mid-on area. And a good throw coming back there. A direct hit from Kempfer. Going down that leg side, it's been hit behind square. The ball is collected in the deep by Javon Marks. Just one run added to the score. It's now 104 for 3. One last ball bowling now from Manekaba. Drifts it down the legs. Watson opens up the space, is smashed back. But it's a very good stop from Manekaba as he teases the run out from the non-striker. But nothing off it as we end the 14th over, or the 13th over rather. It's 104 for 3. Western Province are playing at 8 runs to the over. This is day 2 of the 5-day tournament. We'll be having the finals come Thursday at Kingsmead. Make sure that you are there. Let us grow the community of blind cricket and let us sit and enjoy this match as we have Hendricks continuing bowling to Israel Hatting. A very slow ball that has been bowled, drifting to the legs, and Hatting, as he has been doing all game, bagging runs with each ball. 10 runs scored now from 10 balls. Expertly supported by Darren Ewers, who is the captain. We have the left armer coming around the wickets to the right-hander, bowls it outside the line of the off stump, and he steals the single as he hits it straight to mid-on. Calls of composure from BOLAND. The run scoring is starting to be a little bit more easier now for the team in blue. Taking and absorbing everything. The sky is blue. They taking power from that. Hatting opens up his space again and he smashes that one straight to the bowler, but unfortunately the bowler has been adjudicated no ball. Gifting a single is Hendricks. Communication between Owers and Hatting, probably letting him know of where the open spaces are. And he finds that space brilliantly, does Hatting. They're charging for a second. Miscommunication. Ooh! And he can make it back in peace. Ken Whitson. That was a major scare. And number 4 was in the bag for BOLAND. Couple of balls ago, they were calling for composure, and man, did they need it in that particular point in time, with the wicketkeeper failing to retrieve it. Whitson lives to see another ball. This time smashing it through point, as with is offered. The ball is gaining some legs, but it's tiring on its way to the boundary. It's retrieved in the big deep from Manekaba. And it is 3 runs that has been conceded. Good running. This now brings Nelson onto the board. 111 for 3. 3 ones, 3 wickets. Can they do something here after scoring those 3 runs? Ball drifts to the legs of Hatting. He needs to be very patient in how he plays those balls, because they are pretty straight from Bradley Hendricks. That one going for the leg stump, but he successfully plays it to the mid-wicket for an extra single. Now 1 ball remaining. A very decent over from Hendricks. Just 1 no ball. Getting his lines working is the left armour coming around the wicket. The ball drifting back to the stumps, and he makes a connection, does Whitson, splitting mid-wicket and the square leg fielder. Protection is good. The running is good as well. And the field is just as good too. And that brings the end to the over. 2 runs conceded. It's 14 bowled. 114 for the loss of 3. The partnership now between Hatting and Whitson, worth 29 runs. You are currently watching the matches on Pitch Vision. Tell those who are not watching to come on through. Where are they? This is a stepping stone to the teams reaching the national team. The Blind Cricket World Cup coming on later on this year, so the players will be hoping to make their mark, especially with the manager of Blind Cricket South Africa being around, his name being Shane Mahabir. So there is a statement that needs to be made by some of these players, some to preserve their place and some to even make their place there. Matt Cater, B1 bowler, on to the attack, bowling it outside the line of off stump. Running back for a 2. Now they can see that there's 3 that is on the horizon, and man, do they make use of that. 3 runs to Israel Hatting, and he finally covers the amount of runs over the balls that he's using. 16 from 15. Matt Cater, a B2 bowler who bowls it down the legs. It clips the gloves of Wilson, and so close to the wicket-keeper. Boer was there, but his hands just couldn't get to where the ball was. And they get a single here, does Whitson, moving the partnership to 33. Something to lift the spirits for BOLAND. Partnerships that work like these are quite infuriating, because it means you're constantly working each ball, because each ball might present a run. Just like that one, forcing the deep fine leg to collect and throw it back. As we have Whitson now moving to 18 from 17 balls. Cater bowls it wide, and it's a brilliant stop at the point. It's an incredible stop. That is Bradley Hendricks. The reactions were so sharp. B1 player can't see the ball at all and stops it from its tracks to the boundary. The compensation from Keita going down to the leg side, and it's a misfield at the deep. And they come back for 3 runs as Israel Hatting pierces the ball through the fielder. Mabane was the fielder down at the deep, trying to stop the ball, but for the last ball concedes 3 to BOLAND. We now end the 15th over. It's 123 for 3. The partnership now on 38 for Western Province. BOLAND did play yesterday, their first match coming in the afternoon. They seemed in jovial spirits as we were in Westville Boys High School. So they'll be looking to continue that form that they started with yesterday against their bitter rivals. And Hendricks, now with the ball after that fielding stop for his 3rd over, will want to make sure that the Western Province journey comes to a detour. But the ball given a detour here, but straight to the mid-wicket fielder. Great displays of fielding there. Javon Marks once more, diving to his right, and it's just 1 run. This time Bradley Hendricks misses his line and goes outside the pitch. But the batter connects, does Whitson, and it's just 1 more run moving, putting the partnership now into its 40s. Hatting in his 20s. Oh, that is a good stop by this short extra cover. The ball given with, and Rian Serfontaine stops the ball from adding more damage to the scoreboard. Just a single, bringing Whitson back into the strike, who too is now in his 20s. Hendricks bowls a good line, but it's given and put to work by Whitson. They come for a second, and the throw is into a good area, going to the right direction where Whitson was fighting. But the ball lacking any source. Just getting their way after Whitson has made his way into the crease, putting the score to 128 for 3. Yesterday was a pleasantly cool day, but that's what happened in the afternoon. Earlier on, it was as baking as it is today, and it somewhat feels worse. Basking under the sun, the players are basking under the heat of the sun as well, trying to get a wicket, but nothing as Bradley Hendricks completely misses his line and bowls it out of the pitch. Still 1 more ball remaining from the 16th. The left armer bowling it as slow as possible, and a fantastic stop down at the beat at the deep. The fine leg fielder running towards it, diving to his left, and Mabane stops it from its tracks. That's how we bring the end to the 16th over. It's 132 for 3 for Western Province, and they are scoring at a pretty handy tick, 8.25. The ground here at Tills Crescent has some thick layer of grass, so it's a lot of work for the batters to dispatch it over the boundary line. But it's not to say that there haven't been boundaries in the game. There have been, but in this partnership so far, nothing yet. Pure stamina from the batters. and placement as well, and high IQ, as they know when and where to steal the singles from, especially with these wide mid-on and mid-offs. With the bowler, Camphor, bowling, and Camphor starts off very well with the ball just sliding past the off stump. It was sliding and curving away from the stumps, giving a challenge there to the batter in Whitson. Camphor delivers a no ball. Still 5 balls remaining. You can see he has a little bit of pace behind him, does Camphor. Offers a lot of width, and he plays it behind squares. He just punches that. Cater comes running behind him and supports his man and collects. Just 1 more run, 2 more runs added. Whitson now on 25, his partner on 24, and the partnership on 50 runs. It's fantastic work from these two. And it's a brilliant ball that has been bowled by Camphor, going straight and activating Cater, who's now supporting his partner down behind point at backward point. Calling play. He's getting this ball to move away from the batter, does Camphor. Must be something in the way that he releases the ball. You wouldn't say that there's a slope on the pitch. So that is all skill from the right arm of Camphor. Coming for the last 2 deliveries over the wickets with his right arm pace. This time he moves it back to the legs of the batter, Whitson. He's guiding that. He's found a patch on that short third man area. They're just working it there very nicely, keeping the score ticking. Oh, the ball just played a bit further away from where Sarfontaine was diving, but it's 1 run straight to the hands of Manekaba. And that's how we end the 17th over, Western Province. They batting at around that 8.1 and 8.3 run rates mark. They're currently on 8.18 for their 139. It's a brilliant partnership from Israel Hatting and Regan Whitson. Now with 54 runs. They must not be happy here, BOLAND, being given a different task to deal with. But the management and the captain himself, who is doing wonderful work from Israel Hatting, running up and down for his B2 field batter, doing a good job. Switching directions, adjusting the field. They know that short third man area, they love using that to Western Province in this partnership. But all that fielding changes. The bowler does not adhere to the plan, drifting it to the legs. And it's a quick 2 runs for Israel Hatting. The field being adjusted on the offside, but runs being scored on the leg side. Yeah, number 9. Mabane. Mabane bowling that one straight. going straight to the hands of Manekaba, who is guarding that square leg area. He's on the center circle, stopping those singles, as we said. It's thick grass here at Tolls. Durban Central is where we are at. You hear the taxis beeping, you hear the cars driving past. Yesterday at Westville, boys, we were amongst the trees, amongst the birds. Today we are in the concrete jungle. And the ball still continues being played much like it was yesterday. They're doing it again here today. Western Province now with the blade and batting. 2 runs added, or 1 run added to the score by Israel Hatting. Ball down to the legs by Mabane. And again they keep the score ticking. Don't they need to drink a glass of water? It is hot. They're running up and down, but this goes to show the stamina that the players are packing in those chests and in those bodies. And the skill to play that ball that was coming straight for the stumps by Mabane. Hatting deals with it well, playing it behind him around the corner to the fine leg fielder. The fine leg fielder being Kamfer, who bowled the previous over and now is gearing up to come again. It's the 18th over. It's 146 for 3. They're still scoring at a touch above 8 runs and over Western Province. They're wearing their blue, but the only thing blue about their style is not the fact that it's a blue Monday. It's blue in a song. Their run scoring is rhythmical. It's very hard to stop. The tempo of their inning is consistent. And this partnership represents it all with 61. So their beats are synchronized here, are Hatting and Whitson. And we're getting visual representation of a beautiful cricket song. Kamfer with the ball, coming over the wicket. Bowls it wide outside off stump, offering the width, the ball being played and driven to the middle fielder. It's just 1 run as he moves us to 32. Now on 28 balls does Israel Hatting. Again gives with Kamfer. It's trying to make it hard for the scoring to happen. It's the dying embers of the inning, so wickets are not really a priority. They are a bonus. What is the main thing is stopping those runs, and they've been getting those 2s. So singles, they'll be happy. Kamfer, fantastic. What even makes them more happier, changing silver to gold, is getting that dot ball. A very slow ball from Kamfer, playing with the pace as Hatting was reversing his stroke and missing it completely. Halfway through the penultimate over. Changing his line, and that is a good ball from Kamfer. 2 dot balls in a row. The previous one outside off stump, the next one behind the legs. These aren't called wides, so consider the wides at a test match level in terms of the spaces and measurements. Hatting, missing it. And Kamfer, hands, knees and elbows moisturized, and he's moisturizing this pitch with those balls. Butter deliveries, slithering through the bat. No runs, 3 dot balls in a row with the last ball from him. Kamfer comes in. Oh, and he lets it slip, but it's just a magnificent over. Absolutely spectacular. 3 runs conceded from it, and BOLAND will be incredibly happy with that effort. 149 for 3. And for the first time in a very long time, we see that run rate drop below 8. Such is the quality of the bowling that was exhibited for the 19th over, which is arguably the most important over of the inning because it set up what the last over will be about. A good batting 19th over means a more free-spirited 20th over. An over like that throws back all the pressure for the final one with Hatting. Matlabane bowls it, goes down to the legs, and it's just one run that has been conceded. It's Mabane who still has the ball. His first over only going for 7. He wouldn't mind another 7 as 150 runs up is for Western Province. It's a good score, but I'm sure they would have wanted more. Teasing run, B1 fielder played right in front of him. Couldn't get to it. If it was given a little bit more juice, it was going to be covered and give problems to the running team in BOLAND. That has been smashed in front of square. Hatting. 2 more runs he adds onto the score, now taking his score to 36. That one with a bit more of a crunch from the bats from Hatting. But again, they're running for 2. Ooh! Darren Owers makes it home by a margin. A stronger breeze in the wind blows the ball towards the stump, and who knows what could have happened. But for what we know, it's 2 runs. Mabane bowls a dot ball. This is the last ball of the inning for Western Province. 155. Gives it some air, does Hatting. Coming for 2. Ower slips. Will he make it home? No, he doesn't. His gas has finally ran out. Petrol is expensive, and he has paid the price for his excellent running display for Israel Hatting. It was the last ball. Came back with collision with air as he collapsed to the ground trying to make it home. But it ends the inning on 156. 4 wickets and a partnership which has been brilliant. 69 runs between Israel Hatting and Reagan Whitson. Bowlers being given a high task, fielders running everywhere. If we had a wagon wheel, you'd see that the batting has been all over. 360 batting from Western Province. And Tills. Tills is where we at, so we join you again in the next inning as they chase 157. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tills Crescent Sports Grounds in the central heart of Durban. That's where we're at in a scorching hot day as we are watching the Blind Cricket South Africa T20 National Tournament with BOLAND facing their fiercest rivals, Western Province. They are chasing 157 runs for their victory. And we have Randy Kamfer who's batting, and Asher Hatting who will be bowling. Oh good. That's all good. Hatting, Kamfer, Oh, Kamfer. Here we are, the first ball. We have Kamfer who's about to begin strike. Facing a ball coming from the left armour, coming around the wickets is the paceman Hatting. And he opens up his account with a single which is being played just behind third man. They are utilising a gully fielder. It's a B1 fielder, so he's going to quickly dive down to the floor and try to stop those singles. An interesting take in the fielding positions from Western Province. Oh, good fielding there from short extra cover. Starting off the inning with some enthusiasm here, Western Province, which is very nice to see. Oh, fantastic bowling from Hatting. That is absolutely brilliant from the left armour. Dashing to the crease. Did you see the movement coming back into the stumps, narrowly missing the off stump? And he'll be happy with those as it's the first run of the game. Hatting comes through and the ball is straight. Bowling to Kamfer, and Kamfer deals with it by just guiding down to behind square for an easy single. Javon Marks now, a B3 player. Asher Hatting, a B2 bowler. Still coming around the wickets with his left arm pace. Just missing his lines a little bit, but it's a dot ball. Could be part of the strategy. But he's getting a lot of movement coming back into the right-hander, which is so fascinating to see. A big appeal, massive appeal, and Hatting strikes. Javon Marks has been conquered, and Western Province land the first blow in the chase. The movement coming back in does the work, and happiness for Western Province. BOLAND limp just for a little bit, and Asher Hatting celebrates. It's 3 for 1, an LBW for the dismissal of Javon Marks. Seems to be extremely disappointed as Javon. But he's standing there as the runner for the new batter who's coming through. The new batter is a B1 player, such are the instructions of the game. And it's at the top of the hour, 11 o'clock, so he is coming into the new hour. Will there be a new breeze and scent in the air for BOLAND, who will be looking to curve any more wickets lost? New player coming in, Edric TR, number 49. He's a B1 player. So both players who are batting now, Kamfer and TR, they are making use of runners. So it's important to not be confused in all of the rush and all of the movement. The striker is standing next to the square leg umpire. The runner is standing on the offside. Kamfer plays it well. Goes behind square as the B1 fielder right under the helmet dove for it. Shafiq Karifaddin couldn't make much. And 2 more runs added to the score with Kamfer now on 4. What's in it? Oh, but Hatting. Israel Hatting coming over the wickets. The ball does not bounce and therefore signaled as a no ball. One of the rules of the game, because the players cannot see, they rely on hearing, which is why the ball comes with rattles going. So if the ball doesn't bounce, it's deemed a danger to the batter because he won't know where it is. Israel Hatting again fails to pitch the ball and it runs through as the wicketkeeper fails to collect. Coming back for just 1 as the score moves to 7-8. With an additional no ball, then moves the ball and score to 8. Two brothers in Asher and Israel. Israel playing a brilliant inning with the bat, losing his wickets at the very last ball of their inning as they posted 156. Now bowling to Kamfer, who bowled a spectacular penultimate over. Can he do it with the bat? Now bowling to TR. It's actually TR who is batting now. A different challenge that is presented to Hatting. Different styles of batting between the B1 players and the rest of the other players. Ooh, just missing it there. Hatting is also getting the movement coming in with his right arm over the wicket. Going through the gates between the knees of the batter in TR. But 3 more balls remaining. Makes a connection, does TR behind the point fielder. It's running away with the limping fielder running towards it. And it makes a collection after 2 runs have been run by the players. And with TR being a B1 player, means that every run that has been scored from his bat is doubled. So those 2 runs were actually 4. Those are the rules of the game. But if he scores a boundary here, the boundary remains as it is. Only runs run between the stumps. A hopeful appeal by Western Province as the ball clips the heels of TR, sliding down the legs. For all the legs that have legs and are legged, no chance of it hitting the stumps, and Hatting still needs to deal with 2 more balls. Another one sliding down, needing to just rework his lines here is Hatting. A follow-up over is very important. The first over only going for 2. This one drifting away, going for 10. Hatting fixes his lines. Confusion, and there's a run finally being taken. Lackadaisical fielding, very chilled fielding from Hatting. But he finally gets it back, but because of that relaxed running by the fielder, it concedes 2 more runs as he has to clean up his own job, does Israel Hatting. Those 2 adds ×2 because it was struck from TR, who is the B1 player, and therefore it moves the score to 17-1. ...108 balls remaining in this match. 140 runs to score out of them. So with the run rate, which is currently at 8.5, they are scoring healthily above the required. But now the problem is Hatting. Asher Hatting, the left arm pacer, is back with those moving balls. And he's bowling against Camphor, who's currently seated on 4 in 5 deliveries. That makes a lot of sense. Asher Hatting still continuing with that movement of the ball coming back in. Going in between the knees and the wickets of TR. Just 1 run conceded though, 19 for 1. It's very interesting looking up some of these players. Yesterday, we saw David Landry playing for Free State, a professional South African player. Hatting seems to be the same. Such is the quality and the line of that ball, brilliantly delivered. Beating extra cover, and the man who's just leaning towards the stump at silly mid-on. And 1 run in. Gotta love the teamwork that the sports brings, the communication between the teammates as well. Everyone wanting to succeed, now bringing TR onto his crease. Bowling and is Asher Hatting. Hatting brings it and swings it back to TR. There's a very big chance of the ball deflecting off the knees of TR and coming back onto the stumps. Remember, the ball can only hit the red part if you're bowling to a B1 player, but it can hit the red part after a deflection. Ooh, close. Very close from Hatting. The bat there from TR, just inviting a gap under the bats, under the ground. But it clips the bottom edge as the ball resists clipping the stumps. Oh, movement forever there from Hatting. Too prodigious. And it swings away from the leg stump a bit too much. And we end the over with a dot ball. Another over where he only goes for 2. Fantastic bowling from the left arm seamer or left arm paceman. It's 20 for 1 after 3. We are watching Blind Cricket South Africa. You can follow their pages and you can follow Pitch Vision as well, so you can get up-to-date information about what's happening in this 5-day tournament. We're currently in day 2. There are matches happening in and around Durban beyond just this one. If we go take a look at Northwood, the Central Gauteng Lions, they playing Limpopo Novas, who won their match of first game yesterday. And wanting to win this match will be Darren Owers, who's the new bowler wearing that number 9, and he is also the captain of Western Province. He was absolutely outstanding, helping the running of Israel Hatting, the man he came to replace in the bowling. Has a steady run-up, does Darren Owers. Now bowling to the B1 batter. Hendrik Tejar is waiting. Darren Ower with his right arm coming over the wickets to the right-handed batter. A catcher at short mid-wicket, but unutilized as the ball is outside the off stump. Swinging was TR and a complete miss. TR has faced 10 balls already, and every run that he scores off his bat, barring a boundary, will be doubled. Appeal from the fielders as the ball drifts down the legs. It's a dot ball though. Understand. Ooh, again, there's a clear strategy to prevent the run scoring for TR. It's to bowl the ball onto his legs. It's very hard for the ball to swing around and get there. You see the strategy working. 4 dot balls in a row from the hands of Darren Owers. Very clear strategy. Luckily though, in blind cricket there are no power plays, so we are in over number 4. The first 6 overs are normally power plays, but here we just play. And Owers finally concedes another run. He changed his angle up. Ooh! The second run almost bringing a wicket for Western Province. Mabane having to dive to preserve the wickets of Camphor. But the captain, Darren Owers, just missing the stumps by a fraction. And they end the 4th over with 25 on the board. It's 25 for 1. And the partnership between TR and Camphor now worth 22 of those 25. The run rate required just a touch above 8, but it's still early days. The inning is slightly conforming from its first trimester in the embryotic state, and it's gaining more life. But as it's set, a bad over can drastically tilt the statistics to the other team, and an otherworldly over sends it to the other. So it's a world of extremes in the early days of the reply innings. Be that as it may, they still need 132 runs for the victory. We have a bowling change coming from the far end. First ball is bowled, advances down the track, does Camphor, and he gives that a brilliantly strong whack. Obliterate that straight over the head of the bowler. Ahmad had to take cover. And it runs all the way for the first boundary of the reply inning. What a stroke that was from Camphor. 29 for 1. He went down for it. The line was slightly outside the off stump as Arifadin comes around the wicket with his right arms, allowing Camphor to spread his arms and smash that over his head. Thick grass counts for nothing if the ball is in the air. But Arifadin is a B1 player. Ooh! Ooh. Slip of the bats from Kamfa and had to paddle and baby walk his way back into his home ground before he could get stumped. But it was a wide still. Doesn't mean that it won't be a wicket though, even though it's a wide. But into the 30s go BOLAND in their reply. Smashed into the air, Kamfa showing his strength, showing his power. He has hit that to the cow corner, but it doesn't reach the boundary. As confusion between the runners, again another confusion. By now they could have completed the single. Shows the importance of decisiveness. The confusion could have brought third, but it was just 2 runs. Kamfa still on strike as he hoists that onto the cow corner. Big boundary if you are looking at your 10 o'clock. Very big boundary. This is the home of Delta Cricket Club in Durban. And what this club does and brings for the batting is another smashed shot from Kamfa. Another one worthy of a boundary, but great fielding at the deep as they run and retrieve it. Israel Hatting also providing some support at the deep, but it was his brother Asher Hatting who did the collection. And a good throw as well. Arifat, he's still coming around the wickets with his right armour, looking to play it across Kamfa. That one bowling a wide. And there's a slight breeze coming through. Oh, what a club that was from Kamfa. My goodness, did he give that a whack. Long on would have never been there. By the time he would have covered the path, the ball would have already scorched the boundary. It's 40 now. And Kamfa moves to 19 with his second boundary. Man, does he have power. His opponent